congratulations on that. That was a good interview.
Shout out, Vlad.
Yeah, you broke down some real essential stuff. You know that a lot of people probably missing your story because your documentary, I watched it too. It was great too, by the way. That was legendary.
Yeah.
And I see you back on. I saw you was out there with BG and them. You've been doing a lot within these last few months, man.
Yeah.
What's been going on, man?
Oh man, I had just come from Mexico, right?
Yeah.
And we went over there to Mexico and we had a nice time. But it was something that I learned in Mexico. I learned this, that everybody, no matter who you think they are, they're not who they are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These people are not who they are until they show you who they are.
Facts.
So I've learned that, I learned this from someone in Mexico.
All right.
That nobody could tell me. You can't tell me shit. I don't give a fuck what you say or how you say it, you heard me? It's all about what you show me. Because they had somebody that showed me something over there. They told me something and they showed me something. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about what they say now, it's about what they say, what they could do, what they know, and what they show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
People, people talk good game,
yeah,
but over time, you're going to show who it is.
Definitely. I can't speak about what it is that
of
they
course
showed
not.
me, but they showed me something.
Yeah.
And this had split-toe sandals, dirty shorts. You know what I'm saying? Bitch showed me something, okay? And that's what it's about. Never in life underestimate people.
Facts.
Because people are everything. It could be a person in this world that's been holding the key, that's holding the key to an answer that you've been trying to answer, get the answer to all your life.
Yep.
And you just ask that person and they know it. But you'll never know if you don't talk.
Yeah,
You'll never know if you don't, you just on everybody.
Yeah.
You just got this big fucking bodacious ass attitude where you don't fuck with nobody because you fuck with you and you got you and you doing this, that, and the third. No. People made everything.
Yeah.
This microphone that we on, that chair that you sitting in, them clothes that you got on, the jewelry that you got on, everything that you look at today is people. You're not looking at a carpet, you're looking at people.
Facts.
You're not looking at a camera, you're looking at people. You're not looking at none of you looking at people. Because people are everything. They make everything. They do everything. They design everything. So why not get to know a person?
Yeah.
You know, and I realized that you know, getting to know people and connections is very important. You know what I'm saying? That ain't all about the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could go to a rich mother. I learned this from somebody rich too.
Yeah.
You can go to a rich, you know what I'm saying, trying to get the money, and the rich know you trying to get the money.
Come on now.
So you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna let you get that money and you better run because you can't come back.
Facts. It's
They'll
over
pay you not to be around.
And you wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, because
Like,
you're not about the relationship. I'm about the relationship with Mr. Organik.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Versus the podcast. The relationship gonna keep us going from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about the relationship.
That's what it's about. People will grab onto pennies and miss out on the dollars.
Believe that. But
You know
I've been
what I'm
moving around, bro.
No, you've been going crazy.
Moving around.
A lot of trips and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I see my dog. See
Yeah.
you back in the stew with BG. How'd that go?
Oh man, me, him, and I got Habizu on the intro of a song. We made a song, you know what I'm saying, you know, something that we had to do because me and BG never made music before.
Oh, really?
No, we never made music before. Me and BG did a song like probably in 2000. I don't remember
Before y'all locked
what
up?
years. Yeah, but we did some freestyle. We did was in the Chapo City studio around, and it got recorded.
Yeah.
But it was nothing that we was talking about putting out. But this song right here, we're actually doing a video for it. It's going on my mixtape. It's coming out because that was real. You know what I'm saying? They want to see you climb to another notch on the ladder. You know?
Yeah, man, because he came out and did his thing and he being structured with it. It's beautiful to see. Especially
yeah, shout out to BG.
Yeah, shout out to BG for somebody that do that much time and come out and adjust to the climate. Put out a lot of music, a lot of good music too. People rocking with it. Yeah. And then see them back reunited on the Cash Money tour.
Yeah. I've been on like about 4 or 5 of the Cash Money tours. You know what I'm saying? And people will look at it like, you know, OG, but that's my nigga, man.
Right.
That's bigger than music. That's bigger than rap. This is some historical shit going around. You got BG, Turkey, Wayne, and Juvenile together, Birdman, and Manny Fresh. Yeah. You got the whole Cash Money roster together. Of course I'm going to want to be there. Of course. That's my niggas.
And then
them
you
I came up,
that's
right, the
one of
niggas
them.
I come up on the street with. Of course I love to see real forces reunited, man. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So besides that, you know, I not only, you know, been moving around, I've been building on myself.
Right.
You feel me?
That's a beautiful
I've been building on myself, you know, mentally. You did? I've been reading a lot of books.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Getting that brain strong, because, you know, you can't get the brain strong lifting weights.
Oh, no.
You got to lift that motherfucking book up, bitch,
Oh, you
and
got
read
to.
that
Yeah,
bitch.
you got to
They
fill
say,
it up.
Yeah, they say it's no knowledge without retention. I read that out the a book called The Prince. You probably heard of it, Niccolo Machiavelli.
I haven't. Break it. Give me a little bit of
Niccolo
the essentials of that.
Niccolo Machiavelli, he was a political scholar, right? He was from France, but he wrote this book called The Prince. In this book called The Prince, he wrote this book for a king because this book was for his son. You know what I'm saying? The king was to pass this book to his son, the prince, you know, and he had all type of different strategies in that book, you know what I'm saying, whether be loved or feared or the contrary. You know what I'm saying? Think like a fox, attack like a lion. You know, all those different strategies in that book. And, you know, that book is really a powerful book. You should get it. He wrote two of them.
I need that.
He wrote one called The Prince, and he wrote another one called The Discourses.
The Prince, okay.
Yeah. So I study those type of books. I read those type of books. I like to read about things that I don't know about, that's actually that I didn't seen. I don't know about it, but I didn't seen it. I don't know Mr. Organik, but I didn't seen him before.
Right.
Let me go study this.
Right.
Like that. You heard me? I seen him walking down the street. I seen him in a Maserati.
Yeah.
What the f? Let me study this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that building, but I know that, you know, they say it's been here since 18 such and such years. Let me go study this suit. You know, that's the type of that I get off on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with that.
Marcus Garvey, you know what I'm saying?
Gotta know him.
You dig the philosophies and opinions of Marcus Garvey. What he was thinking about.
Why was he doing that?
I want to read about Adolf Hitler.
Oh,
he almost took over the world.
I know.
One
brother.
army stopped him.
Right.
One army stopped him. So what was he doing
That they were stopping.
do all that? He almost took over the
control
world.
everybody like that.
I want to know.
Stalin, Mussolini.
I'm a skeptic. I want to reach Mussolini.
Genghis Khan.
I want to know, man.
I always been into that.
Yeah.
I just watched the whole documentary on Netflix on the Vietnam War. I found out so much stuff I didn't know. I knew about the Vietnam War, but I know the intangibles, that it was the north side versus the south side. They got Cambodia involved. America got involved, and it was crazy. Like I remember America went up there, got the ass whooped, but I didn't know how deep it was. JFK got killed at that time. Martin Luther King got killed at that time.
Yeah, Martin Luther King.
Malcolm X, they all got killed at that same time.
Around that same era.
So it was like, damn, what was really going on over there?
Yeah.
So they broke it all the way down. I didn't know the guy that was going against America, he lived all the way to the end. He conquered them down there, took all that over, destroyed America, and died an old man. But the people he was going against, they was killing each other, doing coups and all that.
That's what they call a monkey wrench. You throw a monkey wrench in the crew, you heard me? Yeah, they gonna go against
They was doing that.
You know what I'm saying?
They was doing that.
I'm gonna tell you what he doing to make you think that, you know what I'm saying, I'm on your side.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna recruit some allies.
Facts.
We're gonna go over there and flush them. You know what I'm saying? Because they have secret service, they have people that's in our business. You know, so everything in the game was a monkey wrench.
Yeah, it was
right
crazy.
now to the day.
Oh, it's
even
going
to this
crazy.
day, the monkey wrench is still in power. Man, that Organik had your girl over there, man, but you know they say that she got AIDS and, you know, and
Facts.
Now you trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Same propaganda.
That's the monkey wrench, bro.
Yeah.
They come from slave mentality. But I'm going to tell you something.
I'm listening.
I went to Germany, right?
Right.
Back in the G, like, you know what I'm saying, probably, I think that was like 2009, 10, something like that. No, in 2000. It was like 2015, 14.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I like Germany too. I've been out there too. It's beautiful.
Now, you know, Germany have a north side and a west side as well.
Yes, they do.
And they have a wall.
Yep.
It's called a Berlin Wall.
Yeah, they knocked that
That's
thing
separated.
down. Yeah.
You heard me? They knocked the Berlin Wall down. I think that was 73, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When they knocked it down to where Germany was one. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I did?
What's that?
When I went to Germany, I got the pictures of it. I'm going to send it to you so you can post it on the on this here whenever you do your thing. I went to Germany and I went to the Berlin Wall. And I went on the west side.
Yeah.
And I got a stone.
Got a piece of wood?
No. I got a piece of metal.
Okay.
And I carved my name on the west side of the Berlin Wall, you heard me?
Tough.
In Germany. Yeah, right now, to this day, it's still carved on that wall.
Oh, that's tough.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. You know what I'm saying?
Historical.
I had to let it be known. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that was my trophy, you know?
Yeah.
Be a part of that. When I first went to DC, I hugged the Martin Luther King, the monument. I hugged it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I went to Africa.
Yeah.
You know, I walked with the lions. You know what I'm saying? I held the monkeys.
Gotta
you know
hold
what
the
I'm saying?
monkeys now.
You dig? I got the bandana around my neck like I'm really one of them.
Yeah.
I got the arm hanging out, looking like a tiger or something and bit me.
Because
He's
the feeling.
He's one of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the while, I'm from the third world. I'm from Uptown.
How you even
feel
get
what
out
I'm
there,
saying?
man?
Yes,
That's crazy.
indeed.
Have you been to the pyramids?
Never been to the pyramids
Yeah, I wanna
before,
go
but
there.
listen. before this year, hopefully I'll go.
Yeah.
You know, Trump got a lot of things going on right now with this passport thing. He done banned a lot of countries.
Yeah, he did.
Say, you know, put a travel ban or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the real. Now, I didn't study the pyramids.
Of course.
I know about the E-flixes on the wall now. You know, I know about the Spanx in the front now. I know about they shot the nose off the pyramid because it represented a black man.
Napoleon.
I know about that. Napoleon, yes indeed. He invaded that motherfucker.
He tried
You know what I'm saying? And he told what he did. The main thing he did, he destroyed a lot of libraries.
Yeah.
Like, because Egypt was a college.
The information.
Yes, indeed.
Because that's why we don't know how it was built. Because I was looking at some today, like, it took them 30 years to build the big one, right? So how y'all
It's called the Pyramid of Heru.
Yeah. So how y'all ain't got no information?
At 12 o'clock, not to cut you off, at 12 o'clock,
you got it.
Right now to this day, this moment that we're breathing, at 12 o'clock, if you look at that pyramid, the sun is over it, over the top of it.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying? But they call the sun the phoenix.
Right.
The phoenix sun. The bird was the phoenix bird was the sun.
Okay.
Remember this old car they had called a Firebird, a Trans Am?
Of course.
That was the phoenix bird on the top.
I know the Phoenix.
That bird that was on fire.
Yeah, I had a track car I called Dark Phoenix. Had the big fire, big Phoenix all over it. So I love that.
That where that come from?
Yeah, so it's like, I was like, how the hell that they did all this building, all this manufacturing, they don't know how it's done. Like, who didn't pass down this information? You know what I'm saying? So someone did have to extract that information.
Yeah, but
we know how we built them. We know how we built the Empire State Building. We got the information.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Napoleon, he destroyed a lot of this stuff. Him and the people that invaded it. But
Right.
they say the kings would die, right? And because you had a lot of kings. See, in Egypt, the kings were young.
For sure.
It wasn't the older people. It was the young kings.
Yeah.
King Tut was like 14 years old when he died. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the king had died, then they'll go back to see the king, and they have worms, and the worms been ate the king, and the king, you know what I'm saying, have a smell, and all these type of things. So you know what they said? We're going to do something about that. So what they did, they had a tool. They have these tools right now to this day to prove and show proven fact. That they took this tool and they put it in the nose of the human, and they took all of the intestines out.
Right.
Through the nose, through the mouth, through everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They took the intestines out, the heart, everything they took out, right? And they embalmed the king.
Yeah.
And then they wrapped them up.
Preserve them.
And every time they came back to see that king and they unwrapped that king, whatever that king would still be looking the same.
Nice and fresh.
But, you know, what America called it was a mummy.
Right.
They put him in Halloween
Trying to make
movies.
it scary.
Yeah,
watch out.
That was a king that was preserved.
Preserving his greatness.
You know
and they
what
had
I'm
all
saying?
the riches in there, had little animals in there.
Right.
They
all
had
that.
honey up in there.
Everything. You know, and they even had the toys. They had the airplanes and everything.
For the kids.
You know, certain places in Egypt where you go, they have landmarks. There's this brick, and you'll ride this brick. They just have no ending.
Right.
The brick just have an ending that's just in the middle of nowhere.
Crazy.
You be like, where the fuck this road lead to? But if you take that same road and you get in an aircraft or anything, you fly high in the sky, and you look at that road, you'll see that road is a feather. It resembles a feather. It resembles a bird. It resembles something that's a port.
Yeah.
So therefore, they show that these little brick ports was their airports. That was how they knew where to land at. That's how they knew, you know, where to land, and you know they could see it from the sky.
Right.
You know, so all that made sense. And it's like,
deep.
when I say airplanes, I don't think they had no fucking airplane like no 747
they wouldn't fly
jet.
like that, yeah.
It was some type of way these motherfucking Egyptians was flying, bro.
Yeah, they're doing something.
They were flying.
Was it the carpets? They might have the goddamn
They
Aladdin.
said the carpet, the Latin shit, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
Right.
But King Tut, one of his toys was a plane.
Ain't that a...
One of his toys was a plane. You know what I'm saying? So all that goes back to history, bro. You know, just like me and my girl, we went to New Orleans, and Stormy was, I do anything that gonna enlighten my girl, that make her happy. Because that's what it's about. It's about, long as she happy, she gonna cook good, she gonna good, she gonna act good, she gonna treat me good. I gotta keep her happy. So the best thing I do is keep her fucking ass happy.
Right.
Stormy told me, she said, oh, gee. I said, what's up, baby? She said, I want to go ride through the graveyard. I'm like, what the f***?
You know, Louisiana, they be out the ground.
Yeah, they off the ground.
Different.
You heard me? And I had the school other day. I said, that's not a graveyard. That's a cemetery, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I did? I took her there.
Okay.
And we went rolled through there, and she was so excited, man.
Yeah,
because she
that.
seen the tombstones with 1800 on them. She was like 1847, 18. She was calling them out. She said, "Ooh, baby, this is exciting, and this is historical
history."
You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of shit I be on, regardless of how I looked at it. You know what I'm saying? It was cool.
Yeah, history. I love history too. So,
me too,
like, it's something about it, like, especially people that are significant, that making that art. Like, when you go to other countries, that architecture, like, that go back so far. You like, damn,
you don't tear shit
this
down.
shit's still here.
Yeah.
They don't tear nothing down.
Yeah, believe
They
it,
preserve that shit. It's like marble and goddamn big columns. I cherish that shit. But yeah, when I was saying about the pyramids, man, I was just watching some on YouTube actually last night, because they be out there hustling. So people don't
coming
know.
at your top.
Yeah. If you out there just lollygagging, you ain't know what's going on, they gonna get you. Oh, they gonna get you. And then it's different money, so the money type cheap to you. Yeah. They be like, oh, only $3. You be like, what? But they gonna break it down, boy.
Yeah,
you want to get on this camel, they gonna stay on you. So people gotta be careful when they out there, because they say top level hustlers. But you gotta salute them. They got nothing else to do. Shit, them motherfuckers gotta eat.